I mean, you just can't let that happen. In case you somehow missed it, OpTic pulled off one of the best comebacks of recent memory, especially with the fact that this is a new game here in Black Ops 7 and the fact that it's on Black Hole, which is basically a bang-out map, and it should be very difficult to pull this kind of thing off, purely because it's so easy to spawn very close to the hills. But they go perfect on this at a point of what should have been basically a Gentlemates victory lap. So let's break down exactly why this team are world champions and showing yet again that they should be at the top of everybody's list. First things first here, they give up P3 early. Now, what I mean by that is even though they start to vacate around the 10-second mark, you've got extra bodies pushed up through mid. Now, this does two things. First one is it lets you have a further forward line across the map, which means you've got instant pressure on the next hill. It isn't going to let Gentlemates get comfortable with their defensive setup. They're aware they're going to have to sit quite deep, and that gives you space and pressure up the map, which so often turns into something for a team rather than having to break not just one wave, but two. The second thing is it actually vacates the B window, the little hop up there, because if there's a Gentlemates player stood in there, all of OpTic are then funneled through that side or have to fight through mid, buying up valuable time that they don't really have. Because that's cleared out, you've got the numbers able to apply pressure through mid, but also then up through B side. They are able to rotate through that quite freely, which allows you, again, to get involved in the gunfights early and try and break this hill. Also, a shout out to Huke here, by the way. He does a wonderful job of just staying alive. Now, this is something that doesn't show up on scoreboards, but being a frustrating annoyance that doesn't go away, that pain in the ass that won't let you get your setup in place, allows OpTic to break this relatively freely. They not only keep Huke alive, which gives them the numbers for the follow-up fight, but it's just generally not allowing Gentlemates to ever be comfortable here. Valuable break, gets them in, allows them to set up, and they do a wonderful job of holding. Then it's on to chaining it into a solid P5. Now, this is on the opposite corner of the map, and it's Shottzy. I'm going to give a lot of the plaudits too. By God, he needed them. He'd had a pretty poor game up until this point, but he finds the route through the middle of the map, and then through the backside, finds a big three-piece, gets the kills. Yes, he gets a little bit of luck with timing because teammates have distracted Envoy, but you've still got to take full advantage of it, and despite the troubles he'd had, locks in, shows that superstar capability, and flips the spawns in OpTic's favor. From there, it's just a back and forth and keeping yourself in the game. It's actually the P1 next. This is the moment where that flicker of hope suddenly turns into a burning fire of belief for this OpTic roster that the comeback is on. We're starting to see early on Blackheart that this P1 in the second and third rotations, of course, should you get there, is actually quite a bit of a money hill. It's a bit of a sleeper for points because you're able to lock off all these doorways. And as long as you're completely aware of where the opposing team is spawning and you're doing your body counting, you're doing your timings, all things that pro teams should be able to do, you're just looking to cut off choke points, basically. You've got to get in through grinder, in through doorways. We're seeing that a lot of teams are shutting this out and picking themselves up a whole heap of points. Gentlemates have control, so surely they win this here. They just need to trip over the line at this point. But the way OpTic play it is gorgeous. They actually take their time, slowly try and probe and harass. There's no flooding through the doors and handing Gentlemates free kills and turning it into a scramble. From there, it's what playing for the win actually looks like. Mercules, first of all, is very early on that rotation. Despite just how important P1 is to OpTic, they know they can't win it here. So Merc has no intention of sitting around and waiting, trying to scrap for this and maybe forcing it down the line. He wants to try and flip straight in for P2 and just set up the potential for that chain, unlock this box. He's not trying to make this a close game. He wants to win the map, and it's a huge play from him initially. Second player to scream about, again going back to Shottzy. He plays out that B side. Now, what Paris were happy to do here, and was a very smart play, is start to just rotate through. We can give up P1. We don't really need to worry about this. OpTic can't win it. We just need to trip over the line. Let's just play in for P2. We can set ourselves up deeper here, be hard to break, and get enough points. But Shottzy reads that and controls it brilliantly. Some smart positioning, some incredible gunplay, and all of a sudden, OpTic control the entire left side of the map. Paris have no way through, and you see that belief become a real thing as everybody recognizes this comeback is on. There, it's simply about drawing the line, and they do that beautifully. You find the first four dead. Mercules gets aggressive towards the outside box, letting him look down that entire lane, knowing if a hit's coming early or not. Shottzy brings in the Hellstorm to put the cherry on the icing on the cake and complete the comeback.
In Black Ops 7 history, witness greatness.
It's not over yet. One final attack, and it is gone under a crushing blow.